On this episode of Off the Script Extra, I got news on Aleister Black and how WWE officials are extremely high on the NXT stud. What does this mean for his stay down at NXT? And will we be seeing him on the main roster? Also, Triple H responds to criticism about the WWE Performance Center and how people think that WWE trains their superstars as robotic. Also, news on the WWE Women's Championship Tournament. PW Insider now has dates as to when these tapings will take place. What does this mean for the Women's Championship Tournament? And what is the latest on that situation? Also, news on No Mercy 2017. Date revealed with location. Which brand has exclusive rights to No Mercy? All this, plus so much more on this extra edition of Off the Script.
Fill your glasses up and put your headphones in, because it's time for Off the Script. And all you fucking goons and assholes, get in line and hit subscribe, because it's time for Off the Script. Hit the like button and share around. You can even pull your fucking pants down, because it's time for Off the Script with JD from New York 206, because it's time for Off the Script, because it's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel on this Thursday afternoon, May 11th, 2017. I am, of course, JD. This is, of course, a little bit extra off the script for you. I got news on Aleister Black. I got news on the WWE Women's Championship Tournament. I got news on Triple H responding to people's criticism about how WWE trains their superstars. I got news on No Mercy and what brand has exclusive rights to this year's No Mercy pay-per-view, plus so much more, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. If you're not following me on Twitter, at JDFROMNY206 is my Twitter handle. Please make sure you guys go and do that. We are very, very close to 20,000 followers on Twitter. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below for all the notifications you guys need as to when I upload here on YouTube, if it even fucking matters, to be honest with you. I don't know what the hell's going on. But if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, please do so down below. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for that notification so you guys are aware of when I do upload any videos to this channel. If you guys want to support the show, you guys should know the deal by now. Patreon.com/JDFromNY206 is the best place to go. If you guys want to support the show on a monthly basis, $1 a month goes a long way, man. So you guys are kicking ass. Shout-outs coming for everybody that is pledged on Friday's episode of Off the Script, episode 169, part 1 for your Friday. So make sure you all look forward to that at 11 a.m. That's patreon.com/JD from NY206. If you guys want to support in another way, man, Audible, our friends over at Audible have been unbelievable, and you've been showing them an incredible amount of love, man. Audible's offering everybody 30 days free to try their service out with one free audiobook of your choice. Over 180,000 books to choose from. A lot of those are wrestling related, and a lot of you guys cashed in on the AJ Lee book. Crazy is My Superpower, narrated by AJ Lee herself. Over 9 hours of content there. I believe Justin Roberts' book, if not there, will be coming to Audible. Make sure you guys go and check that out if you had any interest in listening to Justin Roberts' new autobiography. And Jim Ross, you guys can actually pre-order Jim Ross's autobiography coming out in October. All through Audible, man. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Compatible with iPhone and Android. We had our biggest month in April. Let's do it again in May, man. That's audibletrial.com/offthescript. Compatible with iPhone and Android devices, and no matter what, If you guys cancel within the 30 days, you get to keep your audiobook for free, man. So thank you to everybody that has stopped by and shown some love to Audible. barbershopwindow.com/offthescript for t-shirts just like this. And a lot of you guys still, I thought I did a good job at letting you guys know why Braun Strowman is on the fucking shirt. This is the Wyatt family Braun Strowman. When WWE was putting him in main events, and he was awful. He had no character development. He had no personality. He was just a big fucking buffoon who didn't know how to move in the ring. This is the Wyatt family version of Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman is not get off my TV anymore. In fact, he's the best thing on Monday Night Raw. So I just want to make that well aware to you guys. I am redoing this shirt, but this is a classic. This shirt ain't going anywhere, man. You could always get this shirt and the 8 others that are on there at barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. And listen to this. This starts tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Pro Wrestling Tees just sold their 300,000th t-shirt. They just sold their 300,000th t-shirt, man. That is fucking unbelievable. 300,000 t-shirts sold in the history of Pro Wrestling Tees, and they're having a massive one-day thank you sale starting tomorrow. If you guys want anything from my online shop at barbershopwindow.com/offthescript, you guys are going to get 20% off anything you guys order from Barbershop Window. All you have to do is enter the coupon code 300K. That's it, 300K, and you're going to get 20% off any shirt on my website, man. You guys got to take full advantage of that. That's a massive fucking deal. Just spur of the moment deal. That starts tomorrow at 12 noon. Make sure you guys take advantage of that. If you've been waiting on a t-shirt, tomorrow is the best day to do it, man. It's coming at you 20% off. That's barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. And then obviously LootCrate. LootCrate's our newest signee here, our newest sponsor. That's trylootcrate.com/offthescript if you guys want to check out some Loot Crate boxes, monthly subscription. And you can use my code JDFROMNY to save 10% off your first monthly subscription. Thank you to everybody that has shown love to the sponsors. And please, make sure you guys take advantage of that Pro Wrestling Tees thing, man. That's one day only starting tomorrow at 12 noon. Let's talk about this Aleister Black story, man. Obviously, I've been very high myself on Aleister Black, as you guys know. If you are not aware of Aleister Black, NXT stud, a.k.a. Tommy End, the Holland native. He is doing big things in NXT, and I see a bunch of salty goons in the comment section of my NXT review that he's not special, he's boring. What has he done? What has he done? What could he do if he's been put against fucking bums and jobbers? All he has to do is show up, you get mesmerized by his entrance and you bang your head to his theme, and he kicks the shit out of you. That's all he's got to do. He hasn't had any real competition for you to see what this guy's made of. It's coming soon, so be patient, but don't say that he's boring when you really haven't seen anything from him yet. But WWE officials are very high on Aleister Black. Cage Side Seats is reporting this, that WWE is said to be extremely high on NXT's newest talent, Aleister Black. The recent addition to the roster has been appearing on weekly programming for a few weeks now after initially debuting at NXT Takeover Orlando. Before that, we seen Tommy End on the UK Championship Tournament Night 2 as he went against Neville in an open challenge. So that was the last time we seen Tommy End actually physically wrestle on WWE television. Since then, he's been repackaged with a new name, new entrance, new theme, everything. And he's been nothing but a silent assassin on NXT television. Black has been on WWE's radar for quite some time now after making a first appearance during the United Kingdom Championship Tournament in Blackpool against Neville, which I just previously mentioned. Following on from that, the vignettes began to play of the mysterious superstar coming to NXT with his debut against Andrade Cien Almas during WrestleMania week at TakeOver Orlando at the Amway Center. Now, the reports suggest that WWE officials are extremely high on his work ethic. Black has been doing great things so far in NXT, and that his stay in NXT may not last much longer. It wouldn't be all too surprising given that he's already been performing live on shows for Monday Night Raw. And with Black being used for the European tour right now, that is a good sign of things to come for Aleister Black. Black will continue to carve a path for himself down in NXT. His first few matches are being met with a ton of positive feedback from fans and management equally. It's not known how long he'll be in developmental. However, given his popularity, there's a good chance he'll be thrust into the NXT Championship picture very, very soon after Takeover Chicago. Now, my take on this is I don't think WWE is getting him ready for Monday Night Raw at all. I think the fact that he is from that part of the world, I think that WWE touring overseas, they seen this as an opportunity to present the fans over there with a hometown favorite. Simple as that. I don't think this has anything to do with Aleister Black making the main roster. I don't think this means Aleister Black is going to show up on Monday Night Raw. I don't think this means he's going to show up on SmackDown. I know he weighs in at 205 pounds. I don't see him in the Cruiserweight division at all, if that's what you're thinking. Simply, WWE is touring overseas, and they're giving the fans a hometown name to get behind, just to throw him out there. Maybe boost ticket sales for the events that are there. Oh, shit, Aleister Black, Tommy End is here. Let's go see him. You know? I don't think it's anything with him moving up to the main roster yet. I want to see Aleister Black at least stay down in NXT for about a year. For about a year. You know, everybody's got to go through the fucking, the routine, okay? You know, everybody bypasses or wants to bypass NXT. You know, he's too good for NXT. Why is he going to NXT? Adam Cole came out and said, listen, I don't want to, you know, if I sign with WWE, I don't want to go straight to Monday Night Raw. I don't want to go to SmackDown. I want to go right to NXT. Because they know WWE is a different beast. NXT is a different beast compared to SmackDown and Monday Night Raw. AJ Styles himself said if I could do it all over again, I'd go down to NXT before I hit the main roster. Everybody goes through it. Zayn, Owens, Nakamura, Joe. They all go through it. Aleister Black needs at least 1 year down at NXT. At least 1 year. And the fact that the guy's 31 years old, what's the fucking rush? What is the fucking rush here? You know? Look at the matches that we could be given based on the guy's fucking talent. You know? Drew McIntyre, Bobby Roode, Adam Cole coming in, right? What is the rush here? WWE's main event scene for NXT is probably going to look the best it's looked since the days of when Owens and Balor were there, and Zayn, you know? Give me a break. There's no rush for this. WWE simply put him on the road because they were touring Europe and he's from Holland. Just leave it at that. Doesn't mean he's coming to Monday Night Raw. Doesn't mean he's going to SmackDown. Doesn't mean he's going to be showing up on Tuesday nights for 205 Live. That's a waste of his fucking talent. That's a waste of his skill. Just leave it be. There's no rush for anything. People love to jump the gun on these type things. Oh, he's touring with Monday Night Raw. Who cares? Who cares? Wasn't Finn Balor touring with Monday Night Raw when they hit Europe? You know, they want to give the fans a hometown name to get behind. And it's all about this. Figured, oh, you know what? Tommy End's there. Look at this. Formerly Tommy End, Aleister Black. You know, he's on Monday Night Raw. Give the fans what they want, you know? Probably advertise him. He's probably on the poster. It is what it is, man. It's all about marketing and advertising. WWE knows what they're doing. Aleister Black is going to be in NXT. He's got a lot to prove down in NXT, and I would love to see Aleister Black win the NXT Championship while his stay is down at the Performance Center, man. Just let it be. He ain't going anywhere anytime soon. So I just want to dead that rumor right there. It's nothing but a rumor, but people do not think and automatically assume that, oh, he's touring with Raw, he's going to be making the main roster soon. People love him. He's going to be making the main roster soon. Yeah, they love him, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Okay? Speaking of NXT, the TakeOver card so far after last night's show, if you missed my review, it is on the channel right now. Make sure you guys go and check that out. NXT taping for 5/10/2017. Roderick Strong versus Hideo Itami, #1 contendership for Bobby Roode's NXT title at Chicago. This is what the show looks like so far. Bobby Roode versus Hideo Itami, which I assume will be a one-off match for the championship before Bobby Roode moves on to either Drew McIntyre or Aleister Black. NXT title, Roode versus Itami. Hideo Itami. NXT Tag Team Titles, Authors of Pain versus DIY, which should be the match of the night. That will be a ladder match. Cannot fucking wait. Women's title match was supposed to be a fatal four-way, which included Ember Moon. Ember Moon is not going to be at TakeOver Chicago. Now it's a triple threat match with Asuka defending against Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross. And the United Kingdom Championship, Tyler Bate defends against the Bruiserweight. And who I think will be taking that United Kingdom Championship, Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne will be the new United Kingdom Championship following TakeOver Chicago. Now, Aleister Black, Drew McIntyre, Andrade Cien Almas, Roderick Strong, Cassius Ohno. So 5 names right there that do not have a match on the show. Very surprising. I mentioned in my review that I would not mind seeing Cassius Ohno and Drew McIntyre and Roderick Strong and Aleister Black in a fatal four-way to determine a number 1 contender for Bobby Roode's NXT Championship. Because I do think, and if I am a betting man, I am betting on this one, that Drew McIntyre will be going one-on-one with Bobby Roode at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3, and Drew McIntyre will be the new NXT champion. That is my prediction. So you got 5 big names there that don't have anything to do. That would be a great match for the show. Cassius Ohno is going one-on-one with Andrade Cien Almas. On next week's show, I believe Cassius Ohno will win that. Throw him into a fatal four-way with McIntyre, Aleister Black, and Roderick Strong. Number 1 contendership right there. You got your NXT TakeOver Chicago card laid out. I like it. Let me know what you guys think. So we'll have to wait to see exactly what happens after next week's taping. I'm sure there'll be some news coming out of NXT. The Women's Championship Tournament, as you guys know, is going to be a big deal on the WWE Network. PW Insider is reporting that the tournament will be taped on July 13th and 14th at Full Sail University. It has also been previously reported that all of the episodes will be released at once, as opposed to a weekly format like last year's Cruiserweight Classic. The tournament will also have a big focus on international competitors, much like the CWC. Talents are already going through the traditional background checks that take place before WWE offers deals as well. The finals of the tournament will reportedly be held as a live WWE Network special on Tuesday, August 29th. In addition to this special, the current plan is for 8 to 10 episodes of the women's tournament total. So they might be released 5 at a time. They might release the first and second rounds, and then they'll release the third and fourth rounds, and then we'll get the final round on August 29th. That's according to PW Insider. It's going to be a tiered release instead of doing it weekly like the Cruiserweight Classic was, because everybody fell in love with the way they did it. After the first couple of weeks, we're like, fucking shit, I gotta wait another week for this shit? I want to see all of it now. You know? And WWE feels like the women's tournament's going to be the same thing. It's going to focus on a lot of international talents. I cannot wait for this tournament. I am a huge fan of tournaments, especially in WWE, and just in tournaments in general, because of the storylines that just are within the tournament, man. Who is the best? You know, who is the best? And as far as female wrestling goes in WWE, they thought that the women's revolution started with Asuka and Bayley and Sasha Banks and Charlotte and Becky, right? And what they're doing now is all fine. You got Alexa there doing her thing. Naomi's coming into her own. But this is going to be taking the women's revolution and whatever WWE has done fucking to that next level. I cannot wait for this. We have to see. It's going to be very interesting to see if it's going to play into how they book Asuka. Is Asuka going to challenge the winner? Is the winner going to get a shot at Asuka at the live event? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Does this mean that with the women, they are scouting for this tournament? Will they replenish NXT? Will they move Asuka up later this summer? There's a lot of things that are going to come out of this tournament that are going to be beneficial for not only NXT, but Raw and SmackDown as well. So I can't wait to see this, man. The Cruiserweight Classic was unbelievable. We don't have any word yet on who's going to be announcing the Women's Championship Tournament, being that they have Jim Ross back, I wouldn't mind him doing it. To be brutally honest with you, I wouldn't mind him doing the play-by-play. This is where Mauro Ranallo would have really came in, man. I would have loved to seen the team of Mauro Ranallo and Daniel Bryan go back at it again, just like they did with the Cruiserweight Classic. But we'll probably get, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe Jim Ross. That's just a guess. I could be dead wrong. And they might get a female talent to give a female perspective on what's going on in the ring with the ladies. So it could be Lita, it could be Trish, you know, a Hall of Famer. I don't know. So we haven't heard anything yet as far as the announce team for this, but solid information coming out of this, man. July 13 and 14. Mark that on your calendar. Full Sail University going to be treated to a 32 women's tournament. Unbelievable. Women's Championship tournament coming to the WWE Network. No Mercy, 2017. Last year it was, I believe, a SmackDown brand exclusive pay-per-view. What's going to happen this year? Last year, WWE ran No Mercy. It was an exclusive SmackDown Live brand pay-per-view. The event saw AJ Styles defeat Dean Ambrose and John Cena in a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. That was a fantastic fucking match. It actually opened the show due to whatever was going on with the presidential debate at the time. It also featured a great match between The Miz and Dolph Ziggler. The No Mercy pay-per-view is returning in 2017, according to Mike Johnson of PW Insider. This is the details. The event will take place on September 24, 2017. It will take place at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. Unlike last year's show, that was for SmackDown Live, this year No Mercy will be a Raw-branded exclusive pay-per-view. It appears WWE didn't want to get crazy with naming their pay-per-views or renaming them like they did with Great Balls of Fire. So they took SmackDown's No Mercy and they're taking it for their own. So there you go. No Mercy, last year was SmackDown. This year it is Monday Night Raw. Triple H responds to criticism about how WWE trains their talent at the Performance Center. I think people need to fucking mind their own business, to be perfectly honest with you. Triple H was recently interviewed by Justin Barrasso of Sports Illustrated for their Extra Mustard section. I like some extra mustard on a nice barbecued chicken dog nestled in a nice potato roll. There you go. Damn, I made myself hungry, man. Triple H spoke on a wide variety of topics about his behind-the-scenes work with NXT and the WWE Performance Center in Orlando. During the interview, he responded to some of the criticism about the Performance Center and how they train their talent. Some of the criticism is that WWE trains their stars in a way that limits their originality. This is all because of the talent that participates in similar drills and are trained in the same way that some call robotic. Here's what Triple H had to say about that criticism. And I quote, "The misconception is always the same. And it's absolutely wrong. We are looking to make our talent as diverse as possible. People say everyone is wearing the same thing and training the same way, yet they're not training the same way. We are grouping people together to work on building certain skills. The core of what we do is the same. Yes, you have to learn the same skills, the same techniques, the same foundation when you start. Then we set you up with people to develop your characters. We want the talent to develop their character, and our job is to help harness the character. We want them, every single one of them, to be unique and have their own feel." End quote. He continues responding to why their talent in the Performance Center wears similar gear to one another while training. "Yes, we all are wearing the same WWE gear. That is because when you're here, we're all the same. No one is above anyone else, and we're all here to learn. We are a team and a family. What we do in the Performance Center is a partnership. It's a partnership with the guy across from you, and a partnership with everybody here. One of the pieces of the Performance Center that makes me so proud is when somebody succeeds here, the whole place goes nuts for them. They are all here to help each other succeed. When you can build that type of climate, it shows our culture within this place is right to develop and cultivate the best talent possible." End quote. Triple H also says that he tries to break away from the cookie-cutter mold of what a WWE superstar has been traditionally. They want the best talent and the most charismatic people they can find. So, I don't know what you guys think about this. As far as Triple H giving his explanation, I'm in 100% agreement with what he said. As far as them all learning the same thing, you have to learn the same thing. Because when you're all together, you find out who's good at what they do and who's not good at what they do and who needs work on that certain skill. It's a class. It's like a fucking classroom, you know? It's like the guys who are ahead get bumped into the next level. The guys who are still struggling, they got to continue working on that until you get it right. Then you move on to the next phase. And as far as people wearing the same gear, listen, it's like when you go to Catholic school, bro. Seriously. I went to Catholic school from what was it? It was in high school. I went to Catholic school. From freshman year, 9th grade, all the way up to 12th grade. You know? You wear, and in my school, I had different color outfits or different color school uniforms for every year. Freshman was blue. Sophomore was like a maroon color. You know, junior year was a navy blue color. And then the senior, you could wear whatever the fuck you want because you were a senior at that point. You were at the top of the class. You know, you were ahead of everybody else. So you didn't need to wear a sweater vest. You could just wear a button down with a tie. You could wear one if you want, but it is what it is. They gave you a little leeway as a senior. You're all the same, man. Nobody's better than anybody else. You're all there to learn. You're all doing the same thing. You're all on the same path. You're all on the same journey. So if people are criticizing them about wearing the same WWE gear and looking all the same, it's because they're a part of a family. They're all there for the same reason. They're all there for the same thing, to succeed as a WWE superstar. And it creates a family-orientated environment. And I 100% agree with Triple H. What is the criticism? Like, why are they criticizing the Performance Center? Seriously, let Triple H do his job. Let Triple H's team do their job. I mean, I think they're doing a pretty damn good job so far. We might not have the next Stone Cold Steve Austin. We might not have the next Rock or the next, Shawn Michaels. But they're doing the right thing. They're pumping out fucking amazing talent regardless. Give me a break. Look at what they do, man. Just take a look at Aleister Black. Take a look at Aleister Black. Aleister Black is a great talent, right? He's got to be molded into what the WWE wants him to be. Then you go to character development. Then you get your harnessing of the character, the theme, the entrance, what they want you to do, what they want you to say, what they want you to, what you don't say, what they want you to do, mannerism-wise. It's all a process, man. Let them do what they got to do. They know what they're doing. They got a track record like you wouldn't believe. Why would you even criticize what WWE's doing as far as talent development go? Give me a fucking break. Seriously. So, Triple H doing a fine job. I commend him and his team for doing what they're doing and continue doing it. There's no criticism at all about the Performance Center in my eyes. I think they're doing a fantastic job as far as building talent for the modern era of WWE. Shane McMahon comments on if WWE talents are walking on eggshells. There's always rumors about WWE talent walking on eggshells because they're afraid to lose their spot. Shane McMahon was recently interviewed by the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast for the Steve Austin Show, and Shane spoke on a wide variety of topics during the interview, including his feelings on his WrestleMania matches with AJ Styles and The Undertaker. One thing that Shane was asked by Austin was if the WWE talent are walking on eggshells and are scared to try new things. This is what Shane McMahon said in response to Stone Cold, and I quote, "I'm sure there's some of that. The freedom to kind of try things is limited here. You can try them out more on house shows, as you know. When you try certain things, you can see whether they work or don't work. It's the great thing about house shows. One of the better things about house shows, actually. If WWE allows you to do it, try it. If it don't work, then forget about it. When it comes to TV, though, there's a certain finite of the amount of time that you are allowed to have. We go back to what we were speaking of originally about telling a good story. It's hard to tell a good story in formats. So you either have to cut elements out and go right to the heat, or whatever story you have coming out, how is that story pushing you into next week? Or building the story enough to where you have the time to tell it and then get to a pay-per-view. That's the big distinction. I think a lot of guys also, again, with the territory days drying up, they never had the ability to go try it somewhere else, so they don't know. He continued relating it to football, did Shane McMahon, and I quote, "It's like trying out for football. You go out and play sandlot football and you think, oh, this is pretty good. And then you play more organized football in high school. And then you get knocked out and you start thinking, wow, this is a lot harder than I imagined. You get to the college level, you say to yourself, wow, this is a lot more difficult. So there isn't that mature process that has to be used. So we've had to recreate it. And that is exactly what NXT is now and why NXT is there to give you that feel. So that's Shane's response as to why people aren't taking chances in WWE. And it all goes back to being, WWE is a television program. There's only so much they can do. And when you are timed in a television format setting where, you're going to get 6 minutes, 7 minutes, it's tough to get everything you want in 6 and 7 minutes. It's just hard. And WWE, that's what they do. They produce television. You got to abide by their rules, and you got to do what is best for television. Now, when it comes to the house shows, yeah, you got all the freedom in the world to do anything on a house show because it's not really timed. It is to a certain extent, but it's not being taped for television. So you got a little bit more freedom as far as that aspect goes. If you want to try something new, if you want to pull out something that we don't usually see on television, that's the great thing about house shows, man. If it works there and WWE likes it, you might be seeing it on television. If it doesn't work, you're not going to see it. It is what it is. So WWE, it's not more about walking on eggshells. It's about more what they are allowed to do to fit into the TV format. Yeah, they do walk on eggshells. Yeah, people can't really speak up if they don't like something. People can't try anything or ask to do something because they're afraid of what the response is going to be. But it's all about fitting it into the television format. I agree with Shane there, but yeah, I can see why WWE, gives off that impression where talent is walking on eggshells. It's a business. You got to do what the big bosses want or get the fuck out. Simple as that. And that's pretty much all I got for this episode of Off the Script Extra, man. There'll be a lot more on Friday's episode of Off the Script, including this big one, man. I don't know if this is true or not, but the big story for tomorrow is Roman Reigns and his new feud being that Braun Strowman is out right now. WWE is thinking about having Roman Reigns win the Intercontinental Championship. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? We'll talk about it. I don't know what this means. I don't know if this is going to actually happen. But we'll talk about it on Off the Script tomorrow, episode 169, part number 1 for your Friday. Thank you guys so much. This was a short episode of Off the Script Extra. Just wanted to get these stories out there that I'm not going to cover on tomorrow's show. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below of everything in this video. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for the notification. Check out the sponsors. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. And I will see you all tomorrow for episode 169 of Off the Script. I'm JD. Have a great Thursday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m.